The ancient Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." While kindness is generally seen as a virtue, taken to an extreme, it can have dangerous effects. We are often told to prioritize others and be kind to everyone. However, it's important to remember that excessive kindness can sometimes have negative consequences. In a world where not everyone reciprocates kindness, it's easy to feel drained both emotionally and financially. But don't worry, we've got you covered. In this video, we will discuss 12 potential drawbacks of being overly nice and provide you with 3 powerful strategies to prevent others from taking advantage of your kindness. It is highly crucial for anyone to watch the full video so you can balance kindness and self-care, and learn the 3 simple yet powerful strategies to avoid getting taken advantage of. Number 1. Unrealistic expectations. The Stoics taught that we should accept things as they are, not depend on others for happiness. But when we give generously, we tend to expect reciprocity. Though our intentions may be good, people get used to being taken care of. They take your efforts for granted. For instance, you might help a friend move, anticipating they'll do the same for you, only to find they're unavailable when you need them. This can lead to disappointment and a sense of being taken for granted. Don't expect empathy from those you help. They're just doing what you taught them. Stay emotionally detached. Epictetus once said, "The chief task in life is simply this, to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control, and which have to do with the choices I actually control." This helps us understand that we should only focus on things that are under our control. Often, unrealistic expectations arise when we focus on things that are not within our control, such as the actions of others or external circumstances. By identifying and separating matters that are not under our control, we can avoid having unrealistic expectations. Instead, we can focus on the choices we actually control and take action towards achieving our goals within our sphere of influence. By doing so, we can increase our chances of success and avoid the disappointment that comes with unrealistically high expectations. Number 2, people grow accustomed to your kindness. We are creatures of habit. If you always give in, people will continue asking, knowing you won't refuse. You lead them into comfort zones where they needn't do much because you'll handle it. Set boundaries or else become a doormat. Famous philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche said, "He who cannot give anything away cannot feel anything either." This quote highlights the danger of losing oneself in the act of constant giving. When you're always volunteering for extra work, you're essentially giving away your time, energy, and perhaps even your dignity without preserving any for yourself. Nietzsche's insight warns us of the emotional numbness that can arise from such unbalanced generosity. In the context of a workplace, this imbalance can manifest in several ways. Your colleagues might start to see you as the go-to person for extra tasks, not out of respect for your abilities, but because they assume you won't refuse. This expectation can lead to a skewed distribution of responsibilities, where you're shouldering an unfair share of the workload. Moreover, Nietzsche's quote implies a deeper psychological impact. By constantly giving away your time and effort, you might start to feel less valued and more like a tool being used by others. This can erode your sense of self-worth and job satisfaction. Number 3, your own goals get neglected. Put your responsibilities first if you want balance. Run from inner pain by overhelping others, and the blow will be twice as hard when you must face yourself. Take care of your needs first. You can't give what you lack. The philosopher Hecate said, "I shall take care of myself. The state can look after itself." You are someone who has a heart of gold and always puts others first. It's admirable to be kind and helpful, but it's important to remember to take care of your own aspirations and goals too. Don't let your selflessness keep you from pursuing your dreams, whether it's starting your own business or learning a new skill. By striking a balance between helping others and taking care of yourself, you'll be able to achieve personal success while continuing to inspire those around you with your kindness and generosity. Number 4, you'll be seen as a pushover. To show strength and gain respect, it's important to set limits and not always agree to everything. If you constantly say yes, people may take advantage of you and give you more responsibilities than you can handle. However, if you start saying no, people will understand your limits and begin to respect you more. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it?" It's important to stand firm and assert yourself without getting angry. Emphasizes the importance of standing firm and asserting yourself without getting angry. In other words, it's possible to set boundaries and say no without being rude or aggressive. This is an important lesson to remember when trying to gain respect and avoid being seen as a pushover. Setting healthy boundaries is a sign of strength and self-respect. When you say no to others, you are saying yes to yourself and your own well-being. Remember, it's important to establish boundaries and stick to them, even if it's not easy. By doing so, you are showing others that you value yourself and your own needs. Number 5, you attract needy people. The law of attraction states that low energy attracts negativity. Therefore, if you give endlessly without taking care of yourself, your light dims, and you might attract takers who are only interested in what they can get from you. Opportunists come and go, wanting only to take advantage of what you can offer. It's important to note that constantly giving without setting boundaries can result in attracting people who are not interested in genuine companionship, but only call when they need something from you. Cicero said, "Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. Seek balanced relationships, not just takers." This powerful quote reminds us that kindness and compassion are powerful virtues that can change the world. However, when we give too much of ourselves to others without setting healthy boundaries, we can attract needy people who may drain our energy and resources. But this doesn't mean we should stop being kind and compassionate altogether. Rather, it means that we should approach our relationships with a sense of balance and self-awareness. We should strive to be kind and giving, but also mindful of our own needs and limitations. When we do this, we can attract the kind of people who will support and uplift us rather than drain us. We can create meaningful relationships built on mutual respect and gratitude. Number 6, givers avoid you. Energy attracts energy. Vibrate high, draw joyful givers. Vibrate low, attract dark souls. Overhelping drains your light. Soon, only takers remain. As Seneca said, associate with people who are likely to improve you. Choose wisely who deserves your gift of self. If you're always in giving mode, you might repel those who are also generous, as they seek balanced relationships. You could end up in a cycle where you're only surrounded by takers. Number 7, unhealthy habits form. The Stoics believed in the power of self-control to avoid vices. Depriving oneself of something can actually lead to addiction. It's important to help others regularly and find healthy ways to fill the void instead of turning to alcohol, food, gambling, or other harmful activities. When loved ones express concern, it's crucial to listen and avoid becoming defensive, as it may indicate deeper issues. As Epictetus once said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Being excessively kind and indulgent towards oneself can lead to the formation of unhealthy habits. Instead, one should strive to be honest with themselves about their goals and take action towards achieving them, even if it requires some level of discipline and self-control. Like the Stoics warned, neglecting self-care can lead to negative coping mechanisms. You might start overeating or neglecting exercise because you're too busy helping others. Number 8, suspicion abounds. Few people trust those who are constantly kind. This leads to assumptions of ulterior motives and hidden agendas. Most people claim to be altruistic while pursuing self-interest. Avoid these toxic givers. Cicero once said, "The foundation of justice is good faith." Therefore, it is important to seek sincerity and avoid manipulation. People might start to question your motives if you're always overly kind. They might wonder what you're trying to gain. leading to mistrust in your relationships. Number 9. Resentment brews. Giving too much breeds bitterness, feeling used. Stoics say accept life as it unfolds. Don't expect reciprocation. As Aurelius said, when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. Expect imperfection. Prevent resentment. Overextending yourself can lead to resentment. You might start feeling bitter towards those you're helping, especially if they don't seem appreciative or reciprocate. If you have a friend who frequently asks for your help with different tasks, it's natural to want to assist them at first. However, as time goes on, you may begin to feel overwhelmed and resentful. You may find yourself avoiding their calls or feeling annoyed when they ask for help. This can negatively impact your relationship with your friend and also take a toll on your emotional well-being. In such a scenario, it's essential to establish healthy boundaries and communicate your needs clearly to your friend. It's perfectly all right to decline certain requests or ask for help in return. By doing so, you can maintain a positive relationship with your friend while also prioritizing your own needs and well-being. Number 10. Identity loss. Over-caretaking can result in the loss of your own identity. You may start to function like a robot, forgetting about your own needs and desires. When you're constantly focused on others, you might lose sight of your own hobbies, interests, and passions. This can lead to a feeling of emptiness and a lack of purpose in life. Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "Whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process he does not become a monster. And if you gaze long enough into an abyss, the abyss will gaze back into you." This quote emphasizes the importance of maintaining one's own identity and values, even in the face of difficult or challenging situations. It warns against becoming so focused on helping others that you lose sight of yourself and your own well-being. By staying true to yourself and your own values, you can avoid becoming a monster and maintain your own identity. Aristotle once said, "To avoid criticism, say nothing, do nothing, be nothing." Similarly, if you are being too kind to please everyone, you may lose your identity and become a people pleaser. It is important to be kind, but not at the cost of your own identity and self-respect. As Friedrich Nietzsche said, "The individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. If you try it, you will be lonely often and sometimes frightened. But no price is too high to pay for the privilege of owning yourself." Number 11. Loneliness follows. Neglecting self-care can leave you feeling drained and can make your friends and loved ones feel shut out. Aurelius said, "If you are pained by external things, it is not they that disturb you, but your own judgment of them. Withdraw judgment, connect with loved ones. If you're always busy helping others, you might neglect your own relationships. This can lead to loneliness, as your friends and family feel pushed aside." Number 12. Burnout. Finally, you can burn out. Constantly giving without replenishing your own resources can lead to physical, emotional, and mental exhaustion. Practicing Stoic moderation can help prevent exhaustion in all areas of life. It is important to set boundaries around the help you give, as extremes can ruin your health and happiness. As Seneca said, it is quality rather than quantity that matters. By preserving your own well-being through moderation, you will be able to help meaningfully throughout a lifetime. The Stoic philosophers believed in the importance of being kind and compassionate towards others, but they also recognized the need to protect oneself from being taken advantage of. Here are the most powerful 3 strategies from Stoicism that can help prevent others from taking advantage of your kindness. Number 1. Practice saying no. Sometimes the best way to prevent others from taking advantage of your kindness is to say no to their requests. The Stoics believe that saying no when necessary is a sign of strength and self-respect. They advise that we should set clear boundaries and not let others take advantage of our generosity. Number 2. Be mindful of your emotions. The Stoics believe that our emotions can cloud our judgment and lead us to make poor decisions. To prevent others from taking advantage of your kindness, It's important to be mindful of your emotions and not let them control your actions. Stay calm and rational when dealing with others, and don't let guilt or fear influence your decisions. Number 3, focus on what you can control. The Stoics believe that we should focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. To prevent others from taking advantage of your kindness, focus on what you can control, such as your own actions and reactions. Don't worry about what others think or do, but instead focus on being kind and compassionate in a way that aligns with your own values and goals. The Stoics teach that the middle path is best. Give with joy but reasonably. Receive with grace to refill your cup. Tend first your own spirit, then generously aid others. Through moderation, avoid the pitfalls of both selfishness and self-destruction. If unsure, remember the power of no. It sets you free. I hope these lessons help you find balance in giving while maintaining your own well-being. Kindness should uplift, not destroy. Share kindness wisely.